האם זה באמת סגולה בדוקה? הסגולה ללמוד בזה?
Yes, the question is how I got involved with the Zera Shimshon. Goes back 8 years ago. I used to work by computers, where, matter of fact, data processing in Manhattan, and I had a lot of free time. And I got an email from an organization called Maftach Shabunim, which is an organization in Israel that had about 300-400 couples, unfortunately, didn't have any children. And they were machazik them. They took them on trips, and they give them chizik, and they did a lot of things they should hold together. They gave them shiur. And Rabbi Zilberg's father went to a wedding in Toronto, and he met somebody by the name of Rabbi Sharf, and he told him that he reprinted the Zera Shimshon, Tufshin Lamed Hai. I don't know which year that is in English. Lamed Hai, that's how many years ago? 65? Yeah, about 75 years ago. No, Pi, now it's Pi, 45 years. 45 years, I'm sorry. 45 years ago. He said that we see many yeshiyas. It's a big yeshia. Somebody went to a doctor, and the doctor told him that he doesn't have more than a month to live. And he found out the Zera Shimshon. He started learning, and he's still living now, Baruch Hashem. And he came back to Israel, and he told his son, you're doing here Maftach Shabunim. They used to give out a gillion every month. And he says, we have a school here, which is Zera Shimshon. And they went all over the place to see where they could find. They couldn't find it any place. They went to a store in Pesach Tikva, and they found Torah Shimshon, which is pretty good. Somebody just had to reprinted it. And he said the same. He printed the Torah Shimshon 18 years before the Zera Shimshon, Tuf Chiv Tuf Aleph. That's over 300 years ago. He said, I can give it this side. The bottom line is that we gave it out, and we made a Suda Chamshusa B'Shvat once a year. And a lot of people had children afterwards. They started learning it. And then I met Nachman Seltzer. I saw he did an article in Ahmadiyya 2007, and I met him 7 years later, 2014. And I told him, we hear now, from the article, the first article, were many yeshivas which he never knew about. And the new article, people, there was a store in Williamsburg that had a couple of hundred sets, and it wasn't moving because nobody knew about it. And as soon as you wrote that article, there was nothing left. It was they sold them all out in about 4 weeks. Everything was gone. And Rabbi Wakshal decided to reprint it. He made 2 big volumes out of it, and made bigger letters, and made smaller pieces. And Rabbi Wakshal himself didn't have children for about 7 years. And he went to the Kasher Rov. He saw the first print. It says here that he gives a bracha for children. He says, well, why not? Why don't you try it out? Why don't you reprint it? And ask money from people that have needy yeshivas. There were 4 or 5 couples of his friends that didn't have any children. And they started working on it. They worked on it for 2 to 3 years. And each gave $1,000, and they reprinted it. They all had children afterwards. I mean, make chassan out children already. So that's how I got involved. We printed it once. We probably printed at least 15 times. 15 times is 15,000 copies. We print every time 1,000 copies. And now we're working on the Kudus. We just gave it into print this week. We've been doing the whole side because in today's world, everybody likes to see print and the Kiddush. It's easy to read, and we took all the Zohars and things that they were Bekitzer, because Zera Shimshon, he didn't have a computer, he didn't have enough paper, and I don't have enough pens, and he wrote Bekitzer because he thought everybody knows what's going on. But now we made it a little longer, and we gave out a beer on the Zera Shimshon, on the whole on each parasha of piece. We work out the whole cipher. Might be 6-7 volumes. We gave out 2 English books on Zera Shimshon in English. So we're constantly busy. People were now pocket stars. It's a 24/6 job now. And Baruch Hashem, people are helping, and people are getting help. And Megal and Zaka looks like I did something good, that I was zoicha to be enforced in the Zera Shimshon. And my Rebbe, I'm at Sanzachusset, my Rebbe said, he knew this about 60 years ago. He said a pshetel, a parash b'shalach, and the whole Agduma from Zera Shimshon. And Minka Churov, he says he has the Zera Shimshon from the Mechas Aluzer, which passed away Tufra Shadik Zayin. And that's how much that was 88 years ago. So the Gedolim knew about it, and now it's easy to learn. You know, the shiurim all over the place. Every day there's a shiur. Rabbi Dolas at 4:00. They give you a call and 10-minute shiur, and all wherever you go, wherever you see this, we print in Israel every week. Close to 20,000 copies of the Gilyon we give out. It's in English and in Hebrew and in Yiddish, and about a couple of 5-6 languages. And there's more demands. People want to do in Russian. That we try, but in any case, whoever helps has a big schia, and it doesn't make a difference. People ask how much we have to give, whatever you want. We don't, we have no price. Whatever you want, of course, the more you give, the more yeshiyas you have. The first they have, but it's really unrelated. You give a little, and you can see the share right away. Yeah, the main thing you have to have a minute. The Sadi said, you get help. That you have to have a minute that he's going to help. Sooner or later, Hashem should help. It should continue. It doesn't expire. It's a cruise and made us go out, and we hope to hear many shias, and we're writing them down. A friend of mine had a boy who was 30 years old, and he couldn't do a shidduch. Many reasons that I knew. In any case, he said he saw the Aishas Chai. He in Parashas Chai Surah. The Medrash says that the Surah Maini Aishas Chai Yusuf. The Surah Mayim. So on every pussy, 22 psikim, he made a pshat, and we printed a separate cipher. So this guy said, every Shabbos I'm going to start learning one pussy. And he said, he called me up. He finished learning the 22 psikim. After 22 weeks, they shot him a shidduch, and 2 weeks later, someone's engaged. Now, one more story I'm going to say, which happened also a couple of weeks ago. A friend of mine had 2 children that were, one was married 6.5 years. Daughter, and her son was married 4.5 years. They both didn't have children, and he wants to give money for the Gilyon, which you print every week. I said it costs us $1,500 at least a week. We ask for $100. Sometimes we have 3 or 4 spouses. Said, no, I want to pay for the whole thing. So okay, you want to pay? He paid for the whole thing. 2 months later, he called me up and said that his son is expecting, and 2 months later, he said his daughter is expecting, and now we just printed. I just got today. A special leave from Israel. My friend Rabbi Zilber's daughter came in to get her wedding, and we just reprinted the his chis, 1,000 copies. It's a big chis for him, and we're ready for the next one. This week I got a call from Monsi from the Visions Shul. He said that there's somebody there that's giving 50% for the to pay for the Zera Shimshon whoever wants to buy. He took 100 sets. People are seeing Yeshiyas, and we hope it continues. And Hashem shall. It's a limit for itself. You have a schus you're learning, but it's like shmaka learning. Not so easy, but we're trying to make it easier. We do. Our school gave out a couple of volumes. Hashem should help. We should all be zoiche to learn the lama, the ksiva, and we should all be helped with the ganze yeshiva, Mashiach Tzidkayni, the Mahaydi, the Yamayni. Amen.